Peace, peace, and what's poppin', my weebles? It's your boy, Sincere Seven, coming to you live and direct from the Psychonaut Academy of Detroit, the Pad, representing the House of Genesis. And I just want to say, fuck you then, punk. Listen, oh man, I'm having fun. So for those of y'all who know, it's May 1st. Right, and this is the beginning of the 3-month working out, meditation, and yoga introduction that I'm taking the youth through. Starting up the youth mystery school here in Detroit, and taking the youth through the 2 hours, 6:30 to 8:30 morning routines of working out, doing yoga, meditating, getting their self-discipline in order. So it was a beautiful morning, waking up to that, taking the youth through that, watching them just like put their everything into it. Shout out to them, salute. I'm very proud of them and looking forward to the next 89 days. So with that being said, today's the first of the month, right? And so this is, again, I'm having fun. I'm going to be a little bit disrespectful, but I'm having fun. So, as a magical practitioner, I have been studying magic for over 25 to 30 years. I've been practicing magic, I don't know, 10, 15 years. I'm not sure, right? But notice what I just said. I was studying magic for quite a long time. And then once I got to a certain level, I started practicing magic. Now, I just got to say this out loud. I am very, very honored to be from the generation that does not mind being taught. The generation that does not mind being questioned, the generation that does not mind being led. This is why I've been in a lot of mystery schools. This is why I've been in a lot of initiations. This is why I've been through things, because I don't have a problem with sitting down, shutting the fuck up, and listening to somebody who is very educated and experienced in what I'm not. Because while doing that, I have the ability to ask questions, to observe things that are happening and figure out why they're happening, how they're happening, when they're happening, where they're happening. All of these are very important to magic. And with that being said, I'm leading somewhere here. For those of y'all who read the introduction to the video, the cinnamon blowing shit. Now, before I get into this, let me just speak very clearly that, like I just said, I am educated in my practices. I don't think that there's anything that you can ask me in my practice or during my practices, why do you do that? And I would get offended. Okay? So, let me be very clear. I am an independent contractor in these spiritual streets. I am not part of Ifa. I am not part of voodoo or voodoo. I am not part of hoodoo. I am not part of, let's go through and name them all, right? But I've studied them, right? I pay attention. I compare and contrast different things. So with that being said, I know and understand that there's more ways than one to do anything, right? But I also understand that in this day and age, too many of y'all is parakeets. Too many of y'all is copycats. Too many of y'all is just hearing some shit somebody else said and acting like you know some shit. There's a lot of y'all out there. And my thing is this. If you are going to present yourself as if you know something, if you are going to present yourself as a teacher or an educator, if you are going to present yourself as somebody who is presenting things to the community for them to utilize for their own betterment, their own health, their own whatever it be, then you are responsible for the shit you say. I am so sick of these people who keep just saying shit. You ain't got no education. You ain't got no teachings. You ain't got no initiations. You ain't got no teachers. You ain't got no motherfucking books to even goddamn reference. You just heard another motherfucker say some shit. You seen somebody do some shit. You thought you understood some shit. And so you started repeating some shit. So, me being an individual who's very familiar with please share this video for all those fake ass magicians, for all these false ass educators, for all these, I'm gonna teach you some magic, I'm gonna teach you some spiritual work shit, but the motherfucker can't be questioned. Any individual who claims to be a teacher who gets offended at a question, man, get the fuck out of here. Okay? So what are you talking about, Seven? Goddamn, get to the point. I seen a post of somebody saying, hey, y'all, it's the first of the month. Don't forget to blow the cinnamon from in your house to the outside of it. And I read it again, like, wait, what? Don't forget to blow the cinnamon out of your house. Now, me being aware of different teachings was like, that's interesting. Because the one I'm familiar with, you blow the cinnamon into your motherfucking house. And there's more to it than that. But I ain't even gonna touch on that right now because I'm not here to educate. I'm here to explain why I'm offended at you fake ass educators, at you fake ass practitioners, at you fake, listen, stop. So me being who I am, I ain't finna tell the motherfucker nothing. I ain't finna, oh, you doing something. I don't know what the fuck you doing. So who the fuck am I to say that? But I am an individual who is very, very, I enjoy education. I enjoy learning. You could teach me something, I'm listening. So instead of doing what a lot of people do and judging and jumping to conclusions and projecting, I said, well, let me ask and figure out, you know what I'm saying, what they dealing with. So I inboxed them, or I don't know if I inboxed them or asked them on the post, but it was like, hey, why are you blowing the cinnamon from inside your house to the outside of your house? And this punk ass motherfucker, instead of just being like, oh, no, I ain't finna say instead of being, because I ain't gonna say what the fuck that they should have been like. But I'll say this. You went on social media and tried to educate people on what the fuck to do. And you had an individual that came and asked, why would we blow the cinnamon from the inside of the house to the outside? And instead of giving me the understanding of how this magic works, this individual responded with some shit like, well, look, you can do what the fuck you want to do. I do it the way I learn. You do it the way you learn. Why the fuck you questioning? Oh. And in my mind, I said, you ain't learned shit. You heard some shit and you doing it, and now you mad because I asked you a question. Punk ass motherfucker. The fuck you mad for? I'm literally saying, oh, they might be dealing with something else. I would like to but you took offense. And now I understand it's because you're stupid and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Let me be clear. Fuck you. I don't be blocking motherfuckers. Let me be very clear. Any motherfucker got an issue with me or problem with me, you can listen to my video and hear me talking about your punk ass later. If you offended, you can delete yourself. But from my point of view, you was a real punk ass motherfucker to get mad and start talking shit because I presented a question. So I'm asking now publicly, since it's a bunch of motherfuckers apparently who don't know what the fuck they doing or whatever the fuck reason they mad about, you can't ask them individually. So I'm asking now out loud to everybody who is stating to make sure to blow cinnamon out of your door on the first. I'm asking, where does that come from? What makes you say that? What is it that you're doing and why? Am I allowed to ask that question? Because I'm going to tell you, as a teacher, as a teacher, I teach universities, I teach my own, I teach quite a few different places. I've never had a person ask me, hey, Professor Seven, hey, Seven, hey, whatever the fuck they refer to me as. Why do you burn the top of the skin and wipe it with a paper towel before applying the venom? Because that's how I was learning. You're going to do it however, because the permeability of the skin will not allow for the peptides to transfer through them. So the burn that goes on the top of the skin is to remove that top layer of flesh, which has the permeability to open up the subcutaneous level, which has a more wider ability for the peptides to pass through. So you have to see how I can explain that. Why would I get mad if somebody asks me a question? So let me be very clear. If somebody asks you a question about what you're doing, how you're doing it, and you get offended, you probably don't know what you're doing. You probably shouldn't be, especially if you logged on and told people, make sure you do this. I'm saying you telling me to blow the shit out my window, out my door. I'm asking you, why blow it out? How you teaching me something you got mad because I asked you, why do it that way? So I'm asking, not just that question, but I got another, and this is for anybody if you wish to answer, and I'm going to tell you, I don't think I'm going to get a lot of answers. I don't think I'm going to even get one. So if there's one of you out there who's brave enough or has an answer for this, my question is, where are y'all learning your magic at? Where are you learning your magic from? I seen a post the other day that says, we don't need no teachings. Herbology is in us. Some shit like that. No, it's not. Shut the fuck up. Listen, I'm so sick of y'all trying to use the ancestors and their lives to project your intelligence. No, I don't give a fuck. No, so what? Nope, don't believe you. So the ancestors, the ancestral knowledge of herbology was just passed down. As a baby, you was just born and grew older, just knowing what herbs to use for what organs, but you don't know how the fuck the organs work. Yeah. It's a lot of people out here who talking and like they keep trying to act like they teachers. Yeah, I'm pissed off about you're not teachers. Shut the fuck up. Teachers are responsible for the growth and development of students. I'm gonna sip my water after that one. I would like a student that I've had to come on here and tell me about a time that you asked me a question about something I was teaching when I got offended. I cussed you out. I told you don't ask no questions. Well, nigga, you don't got no business teaching. Why are you blowing the cinnamon from the inside out? I didn't say it was wrong. Have you noticed that I not once, even yet in this video, told you how it's supposed to be done or what should be done before that? Oh, don't worry about that part. Just blow some cinnamon from the inside of your dough to the outside of your dough. Just do that. And watch your money. Watch it what? What's it going to do? Why is it going to do it? How is it going to do it? What did you... don't teach. Just ask questions. What'd you do with the cinnamon? Why you blow it? Why cinnamon? Why cinnamon? Why? Come on, like... So again, where are you all getting your magic? Where are you learning it? That's why I asked somebody the other day, you ever heard me say, sit at the table with initiates and the conversation be different? They was like, no, I haven't heard that. And I was like, I can tell you haven't. That's why the conversation isn't different over here. They did not like when I said that to them. I was sitting in front of them, right? So I'm just saying, y'all, I think that we need to have a little bit more humility. I think that we need to have a lot more education, experiences, teachers, individuals that if a person asks you a question like, why are you blowing the cinnamon out of your door and you don't know the answer to that, you can go and ask them. Are you going to chat GPT it, or are you going to Google it? Because that's what I hear that the majority of people is getting their information from. Well, I think that Google and chat GPT will be the last places that I would want to get my magic from. My queen told me the other day, people are literally using chat GPT for their magical spells, invocations, and different things of that nature. To each his own. You do what you want to do, right? But I just really wish people would stop speaking on ancestral lineage teachings that have none. People keep talking about the ancestors as if there was a spiritual DNA code that is passed down, that once you get to a certain age, it just unlocks and opens up and all the information is received. Doesn't work like that, y'all. First of all, y'all talk about ancestors as if like you have ancestors that have done everything. Which ones are you tapped into? Are we talking about ancestors? Are we talking about DNA? Are we talking about spiritual lineage? Do y'all think that your soul and your ancestors are connected? Ancestral DNA, ancestral lineage is traced back through DNA. So whoever you are right now is connected to somebody from 1,000 years ago, right? Your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents, your great-great-great-grandparents, and continuing on. This would be your ancestral lineage. Let me ask you a question. Do you think your soul has been in the exact same ancestral lineage from its beginning? If my family name right now, my family name is Perry, the other one is Parks. Do I think that my soul has been connected with the Perry and Parks DNA all the way back? I'm going to tell you right now, I don't bear witness to that. I don't bear witness to that because I'm very familiar with the terrestrial being separate than the cosmic and the celestial. Those are two separate things. The terrestrial realms is different than the celestial, period. So you still gonna convince me or try to convince me that the things that your soul is looking for you to connect to, for your light body to be created and move further, is also connected to your terrestrial DNA lineage? I don't bear witness to that. I'm not teaching anything. I'm telling you, I don't bear witness to that. Do you? Are y'all following what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, if your DNA is not connected to your celestial, terrestrial, celestial, then how is the ancestral lineage DNA connected to you going to help with your soul activation, going to help with your light body building, going to help with your ascension? I've never said this in public before. I've never said this on camera. This would be my first time saying this. I hear a lot of people talking about ancestral works, ancestral worship, ancestral veneration. I am aware of it and I have respect for it. I'm not a practicer of it. I'm not very big on ancestral practices. Um, I'm definitely big on my magic. I'm definitely big on my spiritual advancement. Ancestral veneration. Let me give you my, this is my opinion. This is not a teaching. This is self-styled wisdom. I have the ability to separate the two. Some people need to learn this. So, my personal outlook on ancestral veneration, ancestral works is this. quite often I hear people talking about going to their altar, feeding their ancestors, supplying their ancestors with substances, drinks, candy, cigars, different things to appease the ancestors. And in return, they are requesting assistance from the ancestors. With what I have been taught and told by individuals who do practice and teach ancestral veneration, so that we can assist them in accomplishing the mission that they did not accomplish while they were here. Again, I'm okay with that. I respect that. I can see that. But I want y'all to just look at it from my point. I got a couple cousins. When we was young, we all ran around. I'm making all this shit up. 3 of the cousins, it was 4 of us, me, and it was them 3, right? 3 of them got locked up because one day we was on our way to school and they was like, man, we about to skip school. We gonna go do some shit. Motherfucker steal some shit from the stove, whoop this nigga ass. I don't know. But I went to school. They decided not to, and they ended up getting locked up. So now they're in jail. They're calling me saying, hey, bro, I need you to go to my mama house and mow her lawn. I need you to go find my daughter and buy her some shoes. I need you to go find my son and teach him the right route. Hold up. Understand something. You my mans and them. You my family. I get you. I'm going to hold you down. Let me go see your mama. Take care of that work. See your daughter. Give him shoes. Find your son. Give him that. And let me go ahead and put something on your books. Because you're locked up. Wait a minute. Why the fuck is you locked up? Because you didn't do what the fuck you were supposed to do while you was here. Okay. I ain't knocking you. You made wrong decisions. But now you're telling me I made the right decisions. And now I'm out here trying to focus on my education. And I need to stop to feed your children, to educate your son, to take care of your mama. And I need to send you some food and money on your commissary, on your books. Now, me doing that, if I have an issue out here in these streets, you got people in jail you connected to. And you can have them call their cousin and say, hey, I got a homie out there that's going through this. I need you to run up on these fools and take care of this for him. Excuse me. I am not knocking nobody who holds somebody down in prison. I'm not knocking nobody who takes care of a loved one's family while they locked up. I'm not knocking none of that. But what I am asking is, if I don't need no help from you, do I still need to do these things? This is how people act when I talk about this. How could you? What you mean, how could I? You telling me I need to use my time on this planet where I'm supposed to be working on my light body and ascending. I need to stop and I need to focus on making sure you are good where you're at, because you did not handle what you were supposed to handle when you was here. Because things like racism, drugs, alcoholism, fucking slavery, I don't know how far back the ancestry will go. But to my understanding, ancestors are individuals who are trapped here to accomplish a mission that they didn't while they were here. So, with all of that being said, I'm not big on ancestral veneration because I'm not requesting and asking my ancestors to assist me with a bunch of things. I don't need you help finding a mate. I don't need help paying my bills. I don't need it. Now, let me be very clear. This is not ego talking. This is not, I mean, I'm all powerful. And no, 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 no. This is me understanding the differences in the realms from ancestral, terrestrial, celestial, cosmic, and galactical. I'm simply saying that the ancestors who are trapped where they are trapped for a reason. And if you have issues in this earthly realm with your self-discipline, with your spiritual attunement, with your boon, with your ability to think good thoughts, speak good words, and do good deeds, to be able to bring good things back to yourself, to do your spiritual practice, to add on to your light body, to attract all of these things that magnetically are yours, you need help in this realm. You need to connect with your ancestors. They feeling you because y'all two are the same. You can't get right, they can't get right. You can't stay on your level. You can't stay on your being. You can't stay on your self-discipline. So you need assistance from those realms. Well, they'll assist you because they need assistance from you. So with that being said, I don't do a whole lot of ancestral veneration because I don't need a whole lot of assistance from the ancestral realms. My personal belief is you have divine linkage of your spirit is connected with your soul. You don't need to ask the ancestral realms for help. The work that you're doing is the ancestral work. Baby, am I not my ancestors' wildest dreams? Let me say it like this. To my ancestors, hopefully I'm doing the work so good that I don't got to tap in with you to ask you what you did wrong. That I don't got to tap in with you to fulfill what you are leaving unfulfilled. This is like, hey man, I'm fucking up and I be beating my girl and I'm scared I'm gonna lose my family. What should I do? The only motherfucker gonna answer that is a motherfucker who been beating his broad and know how to goddamn keep her after that. Because another motherfucker gonna tell you, bro, what the fuck is you talking about? Not that. You don't need to be doing none of that shit. You out of pocket, and that's why you're going through what you're going through. You can learn a lot from a dummy. Who can? Another dummy. And now let me be very clear. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to the ancestral realms, but if I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong. If you see it differently, I'm open to have this conversation. Let me be very clear. That's how I started this whole thing out. It's too many people that's talking and spreading shit, but when you ask a question, they get mad or offended. Anything I talk about on live, I'm going to stand 10 toes down. I hop on live with anybody talk about anything I talk about. That's what I be saying to y'all. You said that shit, let's discuss it. No, I ain't exactly. Shut the fuck up. I'm willing to discuss anything that I'm saying. So anybody that feels some type of way, feel free to inbox me. Feel free to invite me to a live. Feel free to invite me to a conversation on the phone. But this is how I see it. This is how I see it. And I'm just explaining and talking about different things to open up this one little, because remember, I started out with who told you to blow cinnamon outside the house? And then it just kind of carries on because like, well, where is you learning your magic? Because there's a lot of people talking about magic. And as a magical practitioner, I'm like, hold the fuck on, because I know where I've been, what I've done, what I studied, and it barely be any people there. I'm not hearing or see, and I'm not saying that, oh, only I know where the teachings are, only I know where the secrets are held. No, I'm not saying that. But I will say I'm a life path 7. I do know where the teachings are at. My life explains that. And as that, I'm willing to share mine with you. I'll tell you where I got my shit from. Why you offended? I'm asking you where you learned your shit. Anything that I'm teaching, that I'm talking about, that I'm telling people to do, if you come and be like, yo, where you get that shit from? I can show you. Otherwise, it's self-styled wisdom. I keep saying a lot of y'all know what that is. And listen, even my man's Yakini. I think that's his name, Yakini. The black dude with the locks, and he be talking about the food and the nutrients and all of this shit. I fucks with, bro. I love scientists. I love nerds. So I fucks with Yakini. Anytime he's talking science, As soon as he switches to his self-styled wisdom, I'd be like, oh, because a lot of he'll tell you, he'll say it. This ain't from a book, this ain't from teachers. This is research that I have done and what I've come up with. That's called self-styled wisdom. So what I'm saying is, I respect a lot of people's science. Once they get to their self-styled wisdom, they lose me. So understand, I ain't worried about losing nobody at my self-styled wisdom. But what I am saying is, can we share? Can we share where we got our information? How we come up with how we see and how we move and how we practice, that's ourselves. But what are you using as the foundation? What are your teachings? Who was your magi? Who was your teacher? Who was your whatever you want to call it? Where do you get your magic from? Where did you get your ancestral teachings from? Where did you get the things that is not taught in our society, not taught in school, not taught, not even known by most of the Westerners? Where are you getting yours from? Who is your teacher? Who taught your teacher? Do you have a teacher, or is this shit from ChatGPT? Or was this shit some shit you Googled and Google said this is the way to do it and you just went with it? Did you hear Unc 607 say that shit and you just started repeating? Or Charleston White or one of these other, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm asking. Why do people get offended when you're asked, where did you get that from? Who taught you that? Where did you learn that? Why are so many of y'all offended? And the reason is because you haven't been taught correctly, because you have not been initiated, because you do not know what the fuck you talking about, because you are just a parakeet, because you did just repeat some shit you seen and heard on Facebook, and then 3 other women said it and you thought it was cool, so now I'm gonna say it and I'm gonna say it on the first and act like I was the first one. And oh, okay, well, why? What you mean? Why are you doing that? What is the relevance of the cinnamon? Why are you blowing it, and why in that direction? Now, if the individual asked me those questions, I'd be able to answer those questions. So why am I not allowed to ask those questions? Be careful who you allow to teach y'all. There's a lot of people out here that's running their mouths, talking, teaching, presenting, and they are 2 years in whatever the fuck they trying to teach you like they goddamn professional. Well, I've been talking about this the last, what year is this, 2025? Since 2020. When a lot of our master teachers died. And a lot of people try to jump off in their seats. I had people telling me, oh, you the next so-and-so. No, the fuck I'm not. How? I could never fill those shoes. But I can carry on the teachings. I can never be that person, but I can carry on the teachings. I can never walk the route and have the experiences that those people took, but I can carry on the teachings. But to do that, you got to know what the fuck you're talking about. To do that, you have to have education. To do that, you have to have experience. And you know what's going on right now? A lot of people getting their experience and education off of your ass because you just believe in them. Who's your teacher? Who taught you? Where'd you learn? How long were you under that teacher? How long? Listen, don't let these people out here. I've heard the people are telling people I was their teacher. Nah, B. Nah, no. You better ask them what they mean. You might have took a class. You might have been to Spiritual Ascension University. You might have been to Psychonaut Academy of Detroit. You might have took a class, but don't be out here claiming I'm your teacher. I'm gonna tell you right now. Nah. The people that I've taught, I'm one of them people asking, like, they'll tell you, like, the people that I've taught, I don't even really see them out here trying to teach. I'm gonna be very clear. The people that I've taught, I don't be seeing them out here trying to teach. And the people that I have seen out here trying to teach, they are very experienced and educated. Like, they ain't taking a class and hearing some shit and then going and a month later trying to act like they are a master at this. You understand what I'm saying? So even me, The things that I do, the things that I teach. When you take one of my classes, talk to people who have taken the Sacred Animal Venoms Practitioner Training class, who have learned to administer snake venoms, scorpion venoms, Cambo, things of this nature. Talk to some of those people who had those classes. Ask them, do you know where Seven got his teachings? Do you know how long he spent? Do you know? Yeah. Because for me, that's part of my class. When I teach class, my education is part of my class. I was taught that we trace our roots back. What that means is anything that I am a part of, I can tell you who my teacher was, who their teacher was, who their teacher was, connecting back to whatever the source is. Connecting back to whatever the source that is coming from. My Kriya initiation, I can trace my roots back. My 5% initiation, trace my roots back. You know what I'm saying? My magic, trace my, like, I know, and I can tell somebody else who taught me what. Why? Because, all right, so listen, we talk about books and reading and being educated. Do y'all know one of the points of autobiographies? So you can understand who the fuck you're learning from. There are books right now, scientific books, that explain how the black man, woman, and child is inferior to the white man, woman, and child in every single way. Bone, blood, education, civilization. The book explains to you that black people are inferior in a scientific way. Why don't I just buy the scientific book and read it and then know scientifically how to explain these things? Because who wrote that book? Right. What was that person's viewpoint? Where did that person grow? Oh, they was part of the eugenics program. They grew up putting Jews in the oven and they was German and they did. Oh shit, this is the books that they're writing to shield their dirty religion and to make it seem okay. Well, the people read it and it says that this is this, right? So when you get to ChatGPT, ask ChatGPT a question such as, why did tower number 7 fall when no planes hit it? And it will explain to you that building 7 fell because blank, 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 blank. I did this. And I said, you sound like one of the people who are trying to cover up for, because, and I stated everything that I know as a combat engineer about the temperature of the metal, the explosives, and how we place C4 and different explosives in certain ways so it implode and come in and all this different shit. And at the very end of it, ChatGPT says, I understand where you're coming from, but reputable sources have said, reputable sources have confirmed, and I asked, what is your definition of reputable sources? And it started to explain to me basically everybody who has the position to tell you, oh, something is different than what it really is, and you would take them up and say, okay, I believe them. The government is going to tell you, the universities could come out with what do they call it? Private studies from this, that, and the other come out and say. And now these are reputable sources. That's what they're called. So if a reputable source says it, well, a reputable source is the government. The government says slavery was legal. See where I'm coming from? See where I'm coming from? So this is the point of autobiographies. This is the point of knowing who you learning from. Yeah, the government said that. Yeah, the Army Corps of Engineers said. Who the hell is the Army Corps of Engineers? That's not a person. That's not a person. But there's people who work in it. And at the top, there's somebody who's saying, listen, we don't need them to know about that. So just tell them that this was because of that. Oh, yeah, the levees, you know what I'm saying? They just broke, y'all, and the water came through. A reputable source said the Army Corps of Engineers, which I was a part of, told them the levees just broke. A reputable source said it. A reputable source, hold on. You know who's more reputable than that? everybody who was standing by the goddamn levees, everybody who lived by the levees, who heard explosions go off. That's more reputable to me than it is somebody who was not there, but who runs a organization that says, hey, we need to cover this up. Share this video if you're watching it, please. So this is the type of thing I'm talking about. Is this is too much of come on, y'all. Let's look at what age we in. Look at what age we in. For those who don't know, the age of Aquarius, when you look at the signal, the symbol for the Aquarius, how many of you all know what it is? Because when I ask this question, 95% of the time, people answer the water bearer. If they say that, the water bearer. People think that the Aquarian symbol is a person pouring water out. It is the waters being poured across the heavens. Just like everything else, people hear something and they take a small piece and miss the rest of it, miss the relevance. It's not about a person pouring water out. Water has always been a sign of wisdom. First of all, where are they pouring it? They're pouring it across the heavens. What is the heavens? The highest part of the earth. The earth, wait a minute, like our body is the earth, right? Our body and the earth are the same thing. The highest part of the earth is the heavens. The highest part of our bodies is our minds, our consciousness. Bro, how he be moaning when he nutting in your tight lip? Oh, okay. But anyway, so what I'm saying is that the water bearer pouring the waters across the heavens is a symbol for the wisdom being provided to the consciousness of man. Primordial waters. Shumar, shout out to you. Right? We're talking about the consciousness. We're talking about, this is why we out of the Kali Yuga and we in the spiritual realm. We out of the physical. We out of I'm misrepresenting. I'm stealing somebody's this. No, now we're into authenticity. Now we're into real. Now we're into, can you say this without reading or memorizing? Do you have this? This is the sign of the water bearer. So the wisdoms is being poured across the heavens. So what they're saying is there's a lot of information being supplied, but no, there's a lot of knowledge being spewed. There's a lot of knowledge being spewed, but the information is being provided. Are you willing to drink from the cup? Or are you just going to splash around in all the muddy waters that's in the terrestrials? There we go. Terrestrially, there's a flood right now. And those waters are drowning people. But those primordial waters, the water of wisdom, that is being barely even noticed, let alone consumed. And this is why you have people offended. Now, me telling people not to drink from my cup. I mean, but it's not even water. What are you feeding these people? What stream or water source did the water come from? I'm fucking don't be asking me no motherfucking what. If you buy bottled water, don't it tell you what the source is? But y'all willing to buy education and don't know where it came from. But then let's be real, most of the education not being bought. It's just being given. Of course it is, because it ain't got no value. It ain't got no value. I don't really have too many free classes. You know what I'm saying? I'll do some free ceremonies for my people, but free classes? Nah, why would I do that? I know the value of the information that I hold. I know because I hear what other people are. The things that are sacred, that people are out here speaking about, they kundalini awakenings and they chakras opening and this connection with these things and all of that. I'd be sitting and I'm like, man, I'm trying not to judge, man. I'm trying not to judge, but I be hurt when I be seeing people think that they own some shit or thinking they experiencing or they going through and they don't even know that they being miseducated, misinformed, and led in the wrong direction. And they be like, damn. So here I come wanting to ask you a question to figure out who led you in the wrong direction. You get mad at me. Well, let me just be very clear. I was only asking so I could understand if this is even something I should pay attention to, because afterward I was going to offer you the correct source, a correct route, a correct connection. Let me connect you with one of my teachers, because I don't know who the fuck told you that, but it sounds like your teachers don't know what the fuck they talking about. I think your teacher might be a parakeet. I think they might be one of these people who just read shit on Facebook and go in these Facebook groups. I'm in the Magic Facebook group, and then hear what other people say and then take that shit and be like, all right, well, I got enough, and then let me practice. What are you talking about? If you cannot explain it so easily that a child can understand it, you don't really understand it yourself. Keep it so simple that a child can understand it. Because if you can't teach it to a child, you really don't know it. How can you break it down? Can you break it down to its lowest common denominator? Can you make it understanding? Chicken noodle soup is a magical spell. The noodles was just added later. Chicken soup is an actual magic spell. Chicken soup is a healing magical spell. The chicken was for swiftness. See? Yeah, the herbs. What was the herbs in there? The rosemary and the thyme, right? The onions, right? All of these ingredients are for a reason, right? So chicken soup was a magical spell. One of the most, well, I'm not going to speak like I know like the levels. From my observation and attention, one of the most misunderstood and overly used magics right now is glamour magic. Glamour magic. Glamour magic is what some people would refer to as makeup and lingerie, right? Eyelashes, right? All of this shit. This is there's internal and there's external magics, right? So there's external what I just say, glamour magic, and there's the internal glamour magic. So for those of y'all who watch vampire movies, the internal glamour magic is the locking in the eyes, the locking into the consciousness, and the projection of will through the eyes into the soul. So it's like I'm looking you deep into your eyes. I lock eyes with your consciousness. I lock into your consciousness and I start to download invocations or projections or thoughts or whatever. So like the vampires, when they look you in your face and then they say some shit, you be like, and you start repeating and you go do what they say. It's glamour magic. The external glamour magic is what we call makeup and, you know, bustiers and bras and high heels and all of these things. Yeah, it was glamour magic. We all in here playing poker, motherfuckers smoke cigars, throwing back scotch, music playing. Yeah, motherfucker, yeah, raise. And she walk in and the music, and everybody go, oh, shit. Yeah, guys, got him. You glamorized. You stuck. You caught. Deer in the headlights. Now she can invoke. She can speak. She can move. She can do things. This is glamour magic. The magic part of glamour magic was subtlety. Subtlety. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all fucking it up. Ain't no glamour magic going on. Ain't nobody buying that shit. Fuck is you? Listen, I'm in the car. I look over. I see your eyelashes doing this. How the fuck is that subtle? It's not. You look like a fucking clown. And it's not attractive. So I don't care. People say whatever. The whole point of it was magic. Y'all motherfuckers trying to do magic. You don't know what the fuck you doing. Why you got an inch long lashes? I like how my queen wear this shit. I have to act like, oh shit. It'd be like all day and I got lashes on. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. I don't be knowing. I just told my woman, I said, listen, don't do your makeup and get dressed in front of me. The last relationship I was in, I tried to explain that to my mate. Like, I understand comfortability. You want to walk around naked all day, that's cool. I don't want to live with you. I don't want to live with nobody who walks around naked all day. Let me be very clear, ladies. You walk around naked all day, I don't want to live with you. Because you fucking up my ability to enjoy receiving something that I don't be getting and seeing all day. Why do you think men are desensitized to sex now? Are desensitized to dancing? I don't give a fuck about seeing no, let me be real honest. Not only do I not give a fuck about, I don't want to see no woman twerking. I don't. Not even mine. I'm not interested. Things have been so oversaturated that now it's like you fucked it up. You fucked up the magic. There's magic in so many things, and people not knowing what magic is, how to use it, and how to approach it have fucked it up. So I tell my woman, don't get dressed in front of me. Don't put your makeup in front. Don't do none of that shit. I see my woman, she look one way, she leave, I leave, we leave. Next time I see her, I'm going, God damn, hold on, bitch. Oh, shit. And truth be told, I don't even be knowing why. Sometimes it don't even be until something comes off or whatever. She switch her hair up and I be like, oh. She switch her eyeliner. Oh. She switch her clothes. Oh. I ain't even know what it was. They had me goddamn locked. But baby, I was looking at you like, what is it? Goddamn, girl. Listen. You don't believe me? For the ladies who do the fucking eyelash things, try some that are subtle. Some that don't do this. Try it. See the reaction. See the attention. You're going to go from this and niggas like to like I literally want to look in your eyes. I don't even realize what it is. Listen, I didn't even realize that women wore fake eyelashes until I was like, what the fuck? Oh, you got on some. We're not supposed to notice. It's supposed to be subtle. It's supposed to be subtle. So that's what I'm saying is like, I think that people really need to, because like, same shit. Who the fuck taught y'all bras, y'all makeup shit? Because whoever is teaching y'all, you need to find new teachers. Who is teaching y'all your makeup tips? I don't give a fuck about no bras getting mad. He this, I don't care about no woman being mad about me telling the truth. I know what the fuck the truth is. How a woman gonna tell me what the fuck a man attracted to? We're not attracted to that shit. I ain't never not one, man. We talk about this shit all the time. We talk about this as men. No, ain't no nigga ever been like, nah, bro, I kind of like that shit. I've never heard it. Never in my life has not one man said to me, nah, bro, you tripping. You tripping, bro. Man, when my girl came in and I seen them bitches doing this, man, I wanted the motherfucker smash so bad. Bro, I was so horny. I did. That shit is not increased. Let me tell you another thing, man. Ladies, y'all here talking about what these niggas can't do. 2-minute man, he can't say, he's not attractive. He's not turned on. That's why he's 2-minute man. He turned on by the pussy. Okay, I'm getting the pussy. Fuck it. All right, I'm done. He ain't attracted by you. When I'm attracted to you, I want to stay in the pussy. I don't want to nut. No. Ooh, hold that. Okay. Yes, sir. Let me go back here. Oh my god. Yeah, he's not attracted to you. This is what I wanted. I wanted the pussy. Because the rest of you was just carrying the pussy. Why the rest of you not as attractive as the pussy? The pussy is already attractive, ladies. A lot of y'all make yourselves unattractive. I'm just telling you. If you want to hear the truth, listen to me. I'm not going to tell you which one. I'm going to tell you the truth. A lot of this shit is unattractive. I'm like, damn, why she got to paint her face, put on this, put on that? Listen, let me tell you what I think when I see a woman. Like, I don't fuck with women who wear a whole bunch of makeup. I got trauma. I didn't see my mother's real face until I was a grown man. Like literally, I'm talking about nigga never. Imagine your father being a clown who works at the circus, and every morning when you wake up, he's dressed for work. And you never see your father's face without clown makeup until you're 19. Imagine that shit. Imagine the trauma. Nigga, I don't want to see another motherfucking clown. So for me, when I'm seeing women with a bunch of makeup on, when I'm seeing them with the lashes and the weave and the goddamn titties and the ass and all of this shit, I'm saying, what's wrong with the original you that you have to cover yourself this much? What's wrong with the original you that you have to do this much altering and create a false persona? Women talk about niggas be faking all the time. Shorty, look at you. Y'all belong together. Both of y'all are liars. He lying about his personality. You lying about how you look. I don't want no woman that has to do all of these things to make themselves attractive. Then you're not fucking attractive. And some of you actually are. But you've been so traumatized. You've been so abused. You've been so miseducated that you don't even realize that you are attractive. And so you do all of these other things that society has told you to do to become attractive. And you are allowing niggas to be attracted to pussy. Because that's all you attracting them to. How the fuck am I attracted to you when you don't look like you? How can you even believe me when I tell you I love you and I've never fucking seen you? You know better than that. You know better than I do I don't love you. Because you don't love yourself, and that's why you created yourself to be somebody else, and I fell in love with the person that you created. Just went through that. I went through a relationship. I was in a relationship for 4 years. I literally woke up, and the woman I was laying next to woke up, looked at me, and told me, I am not so-and-so. And who you thought I was, I'm not. So you need to get to know so-and-so. Literally. 4 years. All of a sudden I wake up and I'm with a whole new bitch. I didn't sign up for this. What you mean? Who is this broad? Where's the broad I was? Which she didn't exist. Oh. I'm not making this up. I didn't say, bitch, you ain't even who you are. No, she said it to me. My name ain't real. The way I carry myself ain't real. The way I love ain't real. None of the shit that I've been producing or showing you has really been me. And that, we have so much of that right now. So much of that right now. I ain't gonna lie. This might be a little offensive. I'm paranoid about women who have names given to them by other people. Oh shit. Careful now. I'm just saying. I'm being 100% honest. I have these discussions back and forth with individuals. I have to. Because I'm like, okay, I've been through this a few times. How you see that? Why is this? Why is that? Why will you? Why won't you? Who are you? Do you know who you are? Before I fucking fall in love with you, are you in love with your motherfucking self? Who taught you who you are? Who taught you how to make love? I did a video once and I asked that question. Who taught you what love is and who taught you how to make love? 80% of women out here and men, don't know, this ain't no, 80% of people out here have been miseducated on what love is, and 80% of people out here have been miseducated on how to make love. But we just running around just listening to whoever, whatever meme you put up. Who the fuck taught you what love is? Because I'm going to tell you who taught me what love is. My mother and my father. And I'm 45 years old right now, and I can tell you neither one of them motherfuckers know what love is. Period. My father has no fucking idea of what love is because his mother fucked him up. My mother has no idea of what love is because her reverend father fucked her up. No knocking on them or my grandparents or any of that. I'm just saying, can we admit that we have been miseducated? A lot of us come from slavery. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, none of us were slaves. All of us was from chief Indians. Oh my goodness. Again, careful who you allowed to teach you. I hear so much shit that's being argued about right now on the internet, and you want to know something, the things that people are arguing about, there is no connection to anything. They're not arguing about what they've been taught. They're not arguing about what they know. They're arguing about feelings. A lot of the shit that's arguments don't even fucking matter. Why do I give a fuck if you got a chief in your family or not? Why do I give a fuck if you got a headdress on or not? Look at this. Look around us. Look at the shit people are arguing about, and look at both sides and what they're saying to each other. Which one of them look like they were taught? Which one of them look like they have traces that roots that trace back to history and lineages? Which ones? Which one of them are going to really help with the development of our people, of our character growth and development, of our spiritual ascension? It's people arguing about shit that ain't going to really do nothing except for pull you back into goddamn being a slave. It's like me arguing with a motherfucker, what's better, brown liquor or white liquor? All right, well, let's meet up at the club and you going to drink there. I'm going to drink, both of us drunk. Why are we drinking liquor? Why are we arguing over liquor? Why am I arguing over a headdress? Is that going to help your spiritual attunement? Is that going to help your character growth and development? Is that going to help feed your babies? People out here arguing over clout shit. And again, from my point of view, I'm looking at both sides of all of these arguments, and there's either a lack of education or people misrepresenting education. Oh, shit, what you talking about, Seven? What you mean what I'm talking about? The people who keep trying to spread information. Okay, so I'm hearing all cancer is caused by parasites. All diseases are caused by parasites. All this is caused by, all right, listen. And then now I am a fan of scientists. I am a fan of nerds. So somehow I became aware of an individual who's a scientist who is looking at stuff up under the microscope. And he's letting you know this isn't here and this isn't there. And I was like, oh, this is dope. The dude's doing this. And I started following, and then I started seeing, oh, you using fear tactics too. Why are you telling people this? All diseases are caused by this. I'm seeing posts and it says, I found this cell and looking at this. And I'm like, oh, okay, dope. And then it goes on to say, all parasites are caused by this. And then it'll have a paragraph and it'll have with the, you highlighted this, this tumor was caused by this parasite. And the individual will share it and say, see, all this is caused by these. But when you look at the highlighted area, it'll say, in a very rare case, it was seen, then it was the highlighted, that this created and made Wait, why you ain't highlight the part that said in a rare case scenario, or that said it is possible for, but no, you just, because people have low attention spans. So they'll share it and they read the highlighted part and then they share it and then they go on their post and then they start talking about all cancers are caused by parasites. This is facts. Why? Because you just read that the other day. Well, why you ain't read the part that says in a rare case, this can do this? It did not say every single case that of this is this. Careful, you allowed to teach you. Can we separate the science from the self-styled wisdom? Can you all, as students, learn to differentiate from the people talking to you, science from self-styled wisdom, science from opinion, science from hypothesis or theory? A lot of books that are written that people are walking around saying, if you read this, it'll tell you, blah, blah, blah. If you motherfuckers were smart enough to study, you would know. And I'm going, wait, I read that book. Watch this. You ever watched the movie that started out and it started saying, oh man, I was going through and I thought to myself, what if? And then it goes into a scenario and you watch the whole movie. And then at the end, he comes back to it just to come to explain that was a thought. None of that should ever happen. You're reading the book. In the front of the book, it says, I learned . So it is my theory that, and then it's a complete book. You all carry it around like this book just dropped gospel and scientific proof. The motherfucker said in the beginning, is my theory that. Y'all missed that point. It's a theory. It's a fucking theory. DMT is found in the body, in the brains, and in the lungs. You know how many people have said that to me? And when I've said, show me proof of that, they go to theories. Oh, well, DMT has been found in rats. And so this individual has a theory that blah, 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 blah. Now we got people running around talking about, it's science, nigga. You don't even know. DMT found in everything. All right. I'm not arguing if you say so. I'm not arguing because I don't argue with fools. Because when we have discussions and I say, oh, this is da-da-da, and somebody says, shit, what you mean? Show and prove. All right, no doubt. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go and get whatever supporting factors I have. That's what I have. I don't know. Like, what do you have to say the opposite? This is how, you know what I'm saying, philosophy works. Notice, philosophical conversations do not involve ignorant or uneducated people. I need y'all to understand that. When I say urban philosophy, philosophy comes from educated individuals. You can't be a philosopher and you dumb. You uneducated. You ain't read. You ain't studied. You can't be a philosopher. And more importantly, philosophers are not teachers. They're not teachers. They're people who sit around and talk about what the fuck they think. Philosophers have teachers. I just happen to be both. Man, I don't even know. Listen, I don't know. I had it. I felt it, and I needed to get it out. It's out. Now I'm just going and going and going. I can stop there. I think I've got my point across. Be careful who you allow to teach you. Second of all, if you're going to teach, know what the fuck you talking about. Because you're not above being corrected or checked. I know I'm not. By anybody, including your students. I had an individual sit in my class while I'm teaching and tell me, nah, that's some bullshit. I said, well, hold up. What you just say? You just said, da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I did. Well, that's not true. What you mean it's not true? And you know what we did? We sat there and went back and forth with scientific evidence and history and medical and you know what happened at the end? I had to tell them, no, you right. You right like a motherfucker. I was saying that shit the wrong way. This don't turn into this. This causes this to happen, and this releases more of this. It don't turn from this to this. This makes this happen, which causes this to be released. You see how important that is? I'm telling people red blood cells turn into white blood cells, just so y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what I was saying. I'm saying it wrong. They don't know they don't. No red blood cells they don't turn into nothing. But however, what happens can cause this to happen, which can cause for an influx of this to happen. And not only that, do you see how okay I am with publicly letting y'all know that I said some shit wrong? Are you? Do you see how okay I am with letting it be known that I was saying some shit wrong, therefore I was teaching it wrong. Therefore, I was miseducating people. So let me come back publicly and let it be known. Anybody I said this to, my bad, I was saying it wrong. That's not actually what happens. It's actually this. And when I teach my class, in class, tell people, when I teach it, I'd be like, you know what? And I want y'all to know, back in the day, I used to say this. I used to say it wrong. Then I had a student, and I tell the name of the student. So-and-so and so-and-so, as they was a student, corrected me like, hold on, player. Because teachers are responsible for what we pass to our students. So with all that being said, if I ask you, why are you blowing the cinnamon outside of your door? Either answer it or tell me you don't know, and let's go figure out what the right route is. But for those of y'all who feel like when I ask you a question, you're going to be disrespectful, you're going to be facetious, you're going to be an asshole, fuck you, stupid motherfucker. Fuck you. At that point, I'd be like, oh, okay, you just don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Never mind, I'm done talking to you. I don't even care to talk to you no more because you've already showed yourself to be a fool. So why would I even ask you about some education? It's clear you don't have none. So for the motherfuckers who got offended about me asking that question, fuck you, stupid motherfuckers. Go figure out what the fuck you're doing. Come back and then try to teach people. Until then, stop trying to teach people. Shut the fuck up. I don't care. When I hear people trying to teach and they don't know what they talk, I don't care about offense. I don't care about you being mad. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. You know what I'm saying? I leave people the fuck alone. But when you starting to fuck with other people, no. When I was in the military, I tell people, man, I was a bully to bullies. I couldn't stand bullies. You fucking with that person. He said he don't want no problems. And you still fucking with him? Oh, I want problems. I'm about that shit. Now I'm about to fuck with you and fuck your whole day. And I feel that same way about people who keep acting like they teachers and talking and running their fucking mouths and don't know what they talking about. You ain't finna keep leading people the wrong way. You're not finna keep miseducating motherfuckers and think that ain't nobody finna say shit to you. Oh, I'm gonna check your dumb ass. I'm gonna check your dumb ass. Stand on that shit or shut the fuck up. Shut me up, whoop my ass, or deal with it. Block me. I don't give a fuck. But if I see you out here doing and saying, and I feel like it could be something different, I'm going to ask. But I'm asking respectfully because you might be doing something I don't know what the fuck it is. That's why I'm asking. Like, well, you know, what's that all about? But if you ask with some smart ass, I don't give a fuck. But fuck you and fuck motherfuckers who look like you are. Wait, what? Fuck you and faux motherfuckers who look like you. Doppelgangers, children, your mama, I don't know. Don't matter to me. You pick them. That nigga ignorant. Listen, y'all. I told y'all I came to have some fun. I had my fun. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Tell somebody you love them in the language they can understand it in. Like proper education. Peace.